Hi friends, Debbie Jo here, Centered Healers. It has been a minute since I have been here and done anything long form on this platform, and I just wanted to touch base with you, check in and see how everyone was doing. This is for all of you that are healers. You're actively out there helping other people, whether it's through the awakening journey, the spiritual journey, or however you show up and helping others, doing energy work, or etc. We sometimes carry too much without even realizing it. It's sometimes the deepest healing is simply by noticing where we've been carrying too much. And with that, I want to invite you as healers to take a breath, breathe. I'm a healer myself, and we don't even often realize the unspoken emotions that we embody and take on for others, by others. And that's not exactly, in my understanding and my experience over the past 5 years in this journey, didn't even realize I was doing it myself. Just to help was absorbing others' emotions. And sometimes by doing that, we think that we're fixing everything, soothing over everyone. And in that process, we forget to check in with ourselves. So this is just a check-in moment. How are you doing? We've got a lot of energy out there. We've got a lot of solar storms. We've got a lot of Schumann resonance. We just went, in the Americas, we just went through a new moon, which has caused a tidal wave of triggers across. Today I've been dealing with triggers, not just myself, but the collective consciousness as a whole, whether it's the vehicles acting up or it's people contacting me to say, what is this energy? And it is an unfolding energy. It is that moment in time where we are right now noticing what no longer serves us. And those emotions that are coming together are that, what no longer serves us, needing to bubble up and move out. But how do we do that? And it's different for each person. A lot of times I use breath work, especially if I'm in my healing room all day, every day, whether I'm on camera with others, doing a podcast, or inviting others just to sit with me and talk for a little while, taking client calls. And we forget that our breath is what moves things. We've got people that use body language and all those types of stuff. So by saying that and knowing full well that I used to carry everyone's stuff around because I thought that's what I was supposed to do as a healer, not having a guru or somebody to teach me through it. It was always trial and error. And this has been going on since childhood. Let's just be real honest. Unbeknownst to what I was doing, when I was doing it, and how I was doing it. So if I cannot get breath work in, just by taking a conscious breath, seeing where I'm holding stuff, like right now it's kind of a little bubbling up in my heart, a little bit of resentment, a little bit of frustration, aggravation, and I was just like, oh, I thought I dealt with those things. And then I realized, well, maybe people really need to know that is, for healers, a lot of times, just even this fly, I'm in my garden healing room, right? This fly is typically, that doesn't bother me, it is bothering me right now. And I'm just going to do a... so, we're going to do a little bit of breath work. And then, after this is over, I'm going out to the barn where my real healing starts, where my absolute loves are, my horses. but I figured I'd do this with you today. And no, this isn't scripted. It is me being me, not trying to be performing for anyone. So, what are we going to do? So we're going to inhale through our nose for 4 counts, and then we're going to exhale for 6. This is an actual bypass. A lot of times people take deep breaths and then release real quick. And so our nervous system is actually backward on breath work. A lot of people know this in the medical side of things, but healers are now just catching up with that. So you're going to breathe in 4 counts. You're going to go, and then out 6. And in this process of 4 in and 6 out, I want you to imagine and visualize a protective golden light surrounding us, just like the sun coming in right now. Like, it is a beautiful window. And realize that you're going to breathe in on the next 4 in and breathe out, visualizing this beautiful golden light surrounding us, that you're just going to feel safe and feel it deeply. I mean, in your bones. So when we do this, we're just going to breathe in 4, out 6, visualizing the protective bubble just floating down around you. And when you get to the bottom, you just know, safe. I am safe. I am loved. I am guarded and protected by the highest of lights. And you'll start to feel it. So you do that 3 times, doing that same visualization down. I promise you'll feel better. And again, this is not scripted. I've got some notes, but we're just doing this because I'm not a script person, and no telling what's going to come out of my mouth. Okay, so another process or another moment where we can think about, because I'll squirrel, is that when you do that, you can say, I see you, talking about your inner child. Because the reason you're feeling anxious, triggered, or whatever the moment is truly because something has triggered our inner child to have a reaction, like not seeing, not being heard, not being valued, some core key value that's within our energetic system. And it could be easily, just like an example today. I will give you real life example. My wonderful other half comes in, and I was doing some cleaning on Saturday because, Saturn is clean day, aka Saturday. And he comes in, and I didn't realize I put our wireless whatever thing on top of something else. And he was out in his shop, and all of a sudden he didn't have internet. Comes in. I'm talking about I made my other half some boiling potatoes. He was boiling. So immediately, no clue what I had done, completely ripped into me in his way. Not like bad, but it was triggering me. Like, what did I ultimately felt like I had failed all of a sudden, and I'm 48, and I'm like, how could I have failed? I was cleaning. Who knows? I'm not IT. Barely get this done right. Anyhow, with that being said, away with the self-destructive talk, I had to sit with this and be, what is going on? So I had to say, what part of me have I been ignoring to get a response that triggered that response from whatever he had his issue. Typically I'm a cool cucumber and just go with the ebbs and flows, super very highly intelligent IT person. So well, I was not cool. I snapped right in half, and it rattled me because I'm pretty okay. with walking a path of observer roll, and I did not get to the observer roll. I got to the snappy roll and had to recenter. And I don't want anybody to ever think that even healers don't have it all together. We probably have more closed closeted chats or with ourselves. We have more ebbs and flows. None of us walk around happy hunky-dory all the time. We do get triggered, especially by the closest loved ones, and we show up on film like everything's all right. And today I'm not all right. So I'm getting on here for the first time in a long time to share that it's okay to not be okay. But we can breathe 4 in and out 6. We can talk to our inner child, and we can do these things and find that semblance of grounding. And if I'm over here, or anyone else is over here saying they're peace, love, and happiness all the time, that's fluff for me, and I'm not fluff. Like, I have sorted myself through, and I keep saying I because I'm really stupid and angry still, apparently. And this is not what I'm extended for this to be. So, I don't need to be perfect. And this isn't a perfect moment, but it is a place that is going to get published. And I'm going to go with that because I have a struggle, and that's what it was. It just came. The struggle of that, and I'm sharing all this to get to this point, I guess I'm healing out loud today, is that everything looked perfect in my mind, which created something, and it was that. There you go. And, you don't have to fix everything. Sometimes you can just sit noticing, like we're doing right now, breathing and reclaiming myself. And that's enough. It's simply enough. So, in closing, with that, I'm going to say you're simply enough. When we have our moments, when we have our breakdowns, when we have our frustration, when we have anything that's going on as a healer, we're not perfect. And we probably struggle in silence more than what people even fathom, because we show up for the masses in ways that can be sometimes self-detrimental. We overextend our energy. We overextend our boundaries. We get put into a corner or whatever. We're human. We're human. And so if you're struggling with the new moon and everything that's going on, I see you. Take a breath. Find yourself. And I'm about to go out and ride a 5-year-old in chilly weather and windiness, because that is where I find and reclaim who I am. So stick around. Welcome to Centered Healers. It's been a minute, and it's a tangent. I'm not going to always get it right. Nobody is. But glad you've watched, and hope this helped, and share. Till next time.